How's it going, YouTube? And welcome back to the grid. And I'm your host, Cardfight Grid. And I know it's been a while since I uploaded any videos for V Premium for Cardfight Vanguard. So, you know, kind of start getting back into it again. Sorry for such a big delay and just been so much Digimon, but I wanted to actually do a deck profile on a deck that I've been playing with and having so much fun with. And it's pretty budget friendly, and yeah, it can definitely take people by surprise, and it's very defensive and tanky, and it's so much fun. So today I'm actually going to bring you my dark irregular deck, Dantarian. So the gifts that we're running, we're just going to use Protect 1. Works the best with the deck, because if you go against any other decks that have removal, then you really don't want to go with Protect 2. And plus, on top of that, you can actually generate some pretty good power columns without Protect 2. So we go with Protect 1, and then of course, you know, run your quick shield for your starter. And for our starter, we're going to be running Devil in the Shadow, 6k, grade 0, get you the quick shield. And then let's go into triggers. Actually, we're gonna run 4 draw PGs and a crit and 3 heal guardian. Now I know certain people do not like the heal guardian as much in certain decks, but in this deck it actually benefits us a lot more just because it's a grade 3, and it just really functions well with Dantarian's effect. So this is just a huge plus to the deck actually. And PGs, you can run the crits, but the draws actually do come in handy a lot. So I already tried out the crits. They're nice when you sack people, but still I'd rather go with the draws to keep up that hand advantage sometimes. And yeah, for grade 1s, we're gonna go ahead and play 4 Succubus of Pure Love. This is your standard grade 3 searcher, and on, I believe, as long as the card went into your soul that turn, she gets plus 5k continuously. So nice effect. You get that plus 5k every turn, guaranteed. Basically guaranteed. I don't think there's any turns I haven't gotten it off actually. You do need this because we run other grade 3s than Dantarian, of course, Heal Guardian. And we run 2 other grade 3s, but Dantarian is the main ride target. You just want to get into him and stay on him. Even if you don't draw into any more for the rest of the game, it is a-okay as long as your main Vanguard is Dantarian. So run 4 of those to maximize efficiency, and we're gonna run 4 variants Killer Tail. Good card. Rest it, choose a card from your damage or from your drop and put it into your soul. And if it was in your damage, you go ahead and take the top card of your deck and put it face down into your damage. But if you have 3 copies of her in your soul, you can go ahead and countercharge 1. Very good card, main countercharge engine of this deck. You can get this set up as easy as turn 2. Very good, can work really fast. If you do go against removal decks, yes, you do have to be more worried of how you use your counterblast and be more wise about it. But if you don't, you're going to have a blast. If you do, you're still going to have a good time, but just limit yourself here and there on doing the loop, or just going all out and just overextending. So we run 4 of her. And then we run 4 Deflect Sweep. Now, Deflect Suite has a continuous in soul effect that her grade gets plus 1. And also she has a rear guard effect that says when the attack of it boosts hits your opponent, hits your opponent, and then if your soul is 5 cards or more, I believe. Yeah, if your soul has 5 or more cards, counterblast 1, draw a card. So it does help with hand advantage, but most of the time you don't want to do that. If you do, then it's because you're not going against a removal deck and you're just having so much counter charging with Variance Killer Tail. So that's why we run 4 of her. She's mainly there for the +1 grade effect, in Soul. That way you can guard with her with Dantarion's effect. And then for grade 2s, we're running 4 Dark Soul Conductor. Now, Dark Soul Conductor says that continuous on Guardian Circle, when it's placed there, it gets plus 10k shield if you have 10 cards in combination with your drop in your soul. And then when it gets retired from Guardian Circle, I believe it goes to the bottom of your deck, which is awesome. If this card actually helps us from decking out, so we can accelerate our soul so much in this deck, and a lot of Dark Irregular players always fear of decking out, or just soul decks that revolve around the soul. And so with this card, this actually helps us from decking out, because every time we guard from it, it's going to go to the bottom of our deck. So once we keep on soul charging these, we just guard with these as soon as we can. More in situations that we can get the plus 10k, of course, and that way you can go to the bottom deck, and it's a 15k guard, which is really nice. And yeah, like I said, it stops us from decking out. We just can't really towards the late game, once we're in that situation of decking out, we just have to be very wise to consistently guard with these at all times. And we run 4 of those, and then we also run 3 Poisonic Abductor, which is it's a very good card. When placed, Cannon Blast 1, I believe you discard a card from your hand, and it's search your deck for up to a grade 2 or less, and then you put 3 copies, I believe, inside your soul. And then if you did put 3, put 2 cards from among them. There, grade 2 or less of the same name. Put 2 cards from among them into your soul, and call the rest out. Oh, okay, so you search your deck for 3. Yeah. So as long as you put in 2, then you can call out the 3rd one. So if you ended up writing your killer tail, you can go into this onto your Vanguard, Cannon Blast 1, discard a card, search out the other 3 killer tails, put 2 in the soul, and 1 goes behind your Vanguard, and there you go. You got your counter charge engine. Very good card. Helps out a lot. It searches out the Dark Soul Conductor, which is really nice too. So you can, like, towards like the middle of the game, you can just add like essentially 30k shield to your soul, and then another 15 for a rear guard to intercept, which is really nice. So run 3 of those, and then for our last grade 2, we're gonna be running 4 Emblem Master. Emblem Masters, it's all around always a good card. Continuous Vanguard and Guardians, rear guard and Guardian Circle effect. If your soul has 7 or more, it gets plus 5k power and plus 5k shield. It's awesome. That's actually a 10k guard, and let me see, and on Guardian Circle. That way when you guard from it from soul, it's a 10k shield, which is nice, instead of 5. And then also an auto on Rearguard and Vanguard when placed. Cannon Blast 1. Search your deck for up to, I believe it's search your deck and drop some for a total of 3 cards of the same card name, and put them into your soul. If you search from your deck, shuffle. So really good. Like I said, if you have 2 grade 1s in your hand, one of them's Killer Tail, and then this is your grade 2 ride. Just ride the grade 1, pick Killer Tail on the back, and then next turn when you ride into grade 2, you can go ahead and choose Killer Tail as a rear guard. That search your deck for a total of 3 card names as one of your units and put them. Yeah, so you can choose the Killer Tail as your unit. Search for all 3, put into your soul, counter charge engine online already. It's super quick, super nice. Yeah, it's a really good card. It's actually one of the best cards to have on your rear guard. Yeah, there's nothing more to say about it. Run 4 of those. And now for the grade 3 lineup. So we're running 10 grade 3. So 2 of them, it's gonna be Austere Heater, which has the effect of Cannon Blast 1 or Act. And so Cannon Blast 1, discard a card from your hand, return this card to your hand, and then put up to 2 cards from your drop into your soul. So it's a very good card, and it actually gives you a marker it gives you a gift. Once if you ever do write into it, you don't ever really want to write into this at all. This is purposely not to write into it. You just need to do the loop, but yeah, just try and avoid as much to write into it. But if you gotta do it, at least you get a protect marker. So we run 2 of those, and then we run 4 number of terror. Number of terror, it's a grade 3 that gives you a protect marker as well. It's a 12k power, and it also has auto on rear guard and guardian circle. When it's placed, it gets plus 10. When it's placed, if you have 10 or more cards in soul, it gets plus 10k power and 10k shield. Awesome effect. So this can actually be can make some pretty big columns, and also it's a 10k shield too, which is really nice. But then it's only until the end of the turn. And then auto rear guard, when it attacks your opponent's Vanguard, if you have, I believe it's let me see, if you have 10 or more cards in your soul, put one of your other rear guards into your soul and draw 2 cards. So it's very good with the hand advantage, as all DI players know. If you bring out 2 of these, literally you're just going to feed your soul so much, and it just goes, every effect that it does literally just works with Dantarian, which is really nice. Big power columns for a turn, and also just hand advantage, which is very, very nice. And one turn, you know, and Shahart decks, they abuse this card like no other, restanding him and literally just getting 6 draws. In this deck you get 4 draws if you bring out 2, so it's really nice. So that's why we run 4 of him. And then we also run the main guy, Dantarian, King of Mass Dantarian. Grade 3 gives you a protect marker, 12k, and it has 3 effects, which is when you would call a guardian, you can call a grade 2 or greater card from your soul. That is not once per turn. You can do as much as you want. And then or it even says it in parentheses, you can call any number of cards to guardian circle. Auto Vanguard, when your opponent's rear guard is retired during your turn, you may soul charge 2, which is, if it gets really tough for you to actually start soul charging, like you drew like the worst hand ever, you can swing into your opponent's rear guards just to get that soul charge too. And you know, sometimes that actually really does help. And then auto on Vanguard, when a grade 2 or greater card is put into your soul by a card ability, 3 of your rear guards get plus 5k into the end of turn. Very good effect, very, very good, because this actually helps out with the power, making those power columns. So it says rear guard, it gives a power boost to rear guard, so you always want a booster behind Vanguard to get that plus 5k to add up to your Vanguard column. So and that is the deck. Let me go ahead and show you guys the loop essentially. So just 2 heaters, Dantarian. Let's say we got these. Okay, so let's go ahead and put another heal and another grade. Okay, or let's do this. So essentially what you want to do, and let's just say you have 3 counter blasts. So with heater's effect, as long as you have 1 in hand, this is what really matters. As long as you have 1 in hand, if you have 1 in drop, that is a-okay. You just want 1 in hand, or at least 1 in soul, because or you actually just want 1 in soul for sure. So this is how it's gonna happen. If you're gonna have Killer Tail in the back, it makes it a lot easier. Then you can have 1 in drop and 1 in hand, because 1 in and drop, you can actually put in soul with the Killer Tail, but this is how you want to do it. So first you want to counterblast 1, discard a card from your hand to return this card to your hand from the soul to draw 2, or to add 2 cards. So let's say there's 1 already in soul, so you go ahead and add this to soul. Now you're going to go ahead and put another heater and this into the soul. And then, oh, it says discard a card from your hand. Yeah, so we're going to discard a random card. Let's just say we're going to go discard another adductor. So now you have the heater in hand. Now, you can go ahead and continue the continue. And then you give plus 5k, plus 10k to 3 rear guards because it's 5k for each instance. Grade 2 or greater goes into the soul because of Dantarion's effect. So you just give plus 10k to each column right now, which is awesome. And so you're gonna go ahead and do it again. Karen Blast 1, discard a card first, and then you can go ahead and add this to your soul, put 2 cards into soul, and then that's another plus 10k to the board. And then you can continue this effect as much as Karen Blast you have, to be honest. And then you're just gonna keep on stacking on power into your columns, which is awesome. And you're actually creating more of a defensive wall, so that's another awesome thing. And just because you're adding all this shield, so that's the heater loop with this deck, which is you can do it with any deck, but it just works so well with this deck because it literally everything it does is giving you advantage in some way or another. And then that's the main thing that you want to do with your deck. Just to let you know, in certain instances with this deck, when you actually start having a very low hand count, remember you have your soul. If you're on Dantarion, look at your soul, because there's been instances where I have like 2-3 cards in hand, but then I have like 7 or 8 cards in soul that I can guard with, so I feel very safe still. And yeah, that is my DI Dantarion deck, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys liked it. If you do, let me know. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate it so much. And let me know if you guys still want me to do any deck profiles of certain decks or certain clans, and or any matchups too. I'm happy to do deck fights as well. So until I see you guys next time, peace.